so I'm doing that thing where I add more dolls to my wish list because I can. I've already been adding dolls today onto my wish list, so I finished up all of the Ds. I'm making it through Doll Act because they have a bunch more than like other databases, and always adding them, so eventually I might have to go back, but I made it through all of the Ds, and now I have to do E, so I was hoping to finish the E's in this video, but we're definitely not going to do that, because there's so many in Enchantimals. But this is, I think, Ella Superstar, Supermodel, Super something, right? It's Ella, I think. There aren't too many dolls in this, but we're adding them here. There will be some doll nudity because some of them come in nude, so keep that in mind. It's coming up soon. But anyways, so we're adding these dolls. I don't know much about them other than when I was reading their little excerpt that they had, that they said that they're, like collector, which would make sense if they sell some of them nude. But I didn't really see fashions, but I guess maybe the dolls come with second outfits because I was looking and some of them had bathing suit outfits in some of like the photos, and none of these ones have them, so I don't know. I didn't look too closely because I feel like they didn't even have prices on them, which makes me nervous because usually Doll Act puts prices, and I'm sure they were kind of expensive. But I don't know anything about these dolls, like literally nothing. I've seen them on Doll Act, and that's about it. I've never seen people talk about them or anything, so I don't know if they even exist. Maybe they were just like a concept doll line that never got released. I don't know. Anyways, they're quite interesting though, like looking at them, and the fact that they have 2 boy dolls is crazy. Mid-nude dolls. These ones don't look like the other dolls, by the way. Like, just glancing at them, I don't know. Again, I didn't read anything about them. After we finish all of these dolls, we're going to see them disappear, and then we will start to replace them with, not replace them, but I moved them to a different slide because there were not too many of them, and they don't get their own individual slide. They have to be on one with other people. See, I'm moving them over, shrinking them down as much as best I can, maybe is the correct word. I don't really care if they're in like with their series because I'll figure it out. Moving them to fit nicely, and then here we are. Beautiful. They're going to disappear. I put them on a different slide to fill up the slides as best I can, shoving as many dolls on there as I can. And then I'm going to begin doing Enchantimals. Enchantimals is ones that I feel like people oftentimes negatively talk about. They don't like Enchantimals, which is crazy because I love Enchantimals. I think they're really fun. I have talked about it before, but I don't think that I'd pay retail price for them. But if I could pick them up thrifting, I'm pretty cheap, so like that's not a negative thing or anything. But I do think that it was just when Mattel was like trying to make a quick extra bucks and didn't want to, put effort into a doll line. But I do think they're really cute, and they're connected to Ever After High, so like I kind of really like them. But I don't know much about them other than I thrift them every once in a while. I'm pretty picky. I think I'll talk about it later, but I prefer to have them, especially because they have little to no outfits on. I'd prefer to have them with their shoes and skirts. But I have a few that don't have all of their clothing on, so I get them at Goodwill bins, and you can get them pretty cheap. Anyways, we're going to shove as many dolls on a slide as I can. They're quite cute. So for this video, I ended up making it through 2017 and through 2018 of Enchantimals, and that's what we're going to end up leaving off on. Again, I'll say this at the end. But I'm sorry, got distracted. Anyways, I keep getting distracted. They're quite cute. I do really want them with their pets, but I never thrift them with their pets. So keep that in mind. I just recently bought 2 of the big dolls, and then one of them came with like a smaller doll of the big doll, and then I think a pet, so I think I have 1 pet. Actually, that's a lie. I have 2 pets because I have the Elephant Girl pet. Anyways, so, keep that in mind. I've been, as I grow as a collector, I've been, getting pickier and pickier on what I actually choose to pick up. Again, if you go to Goodwill bins, if I go there, I'm going there to get, doll's really cheap, so that's not a big thing. But when I go to just a regular thrift store where I'm paying like doll price, like here's the doll, here's its price, that's different, and I'm pretty picky when it comes to that. So oftentimes I feel like I don't find Enchantimals in the condition that I'd like them to be in, which is annoying. But anyways, so what I'm saying is that I don't pick them up too often, and I don't have too many, even though during this list, like, there's a decent amount that I didn't actually have. Like, if you saw the draft, I'm going to add the zebra. There should be an elephant girl. I did actually thrift the elephant girl in pretty good condition with her elephant as well, which was really fun and exciting, and I was very excited about that. But yeah. No, who else are we adding? So we got the little zebra girl. I don't know their names. They did have their names up there, but I didn't look too much. This one is really giving Ever After High, just mini, which is cute. Literally giving Ever After High. Yeah. Who else? She's really cute. Some of them are actually, like, really, really cute. And I think because they got so much hate and so much negativity, I feel like a lot of people didn't look at them, but some of them have, like, really cute outfits. I'm not saying all of them. Like, that starfish girl, I feel like, is kind of boring and simple. Again, if I found her thrifting for a decent price, I would pick her up. You know what I mean? Because I still think that they're really cute. But some of them are adorable. And I'm not against dolls with molded-on clothing. Do I wish that they had regular clothing on? Yes, I wish that they had fabric. But I'm not against a doll with molded-on clothing. Anyways, we have more dolls being added to my list. Have we made it to I think we've made it to 2018. I think the starfish and, like, the sea dolls were all 2018 line, if I'm not correct, or if I'm not mistaken. Sorry, it's possible I'm not correct. Anyways, I also then do stop partway through because I'm like, there's just so many dolls. So I will end up adding them all off screen, but you get the kind of idea. I feel like crazy enough for a doll line that I feel like you should find thrifting often. I don't actually find them as often as I think, even in poor condition. I feel like Enchantimals are difficult to, like, fix up once they've been roughly played with, so is it, like, another reason that I feel like thrifting is kind of not great when it comes to Enchantimals, because I'm like, why'd your hair look like that? They just use terrible quality for some of the dolls. But I'm sorry to be so negative. I'm so sorry, dolls. They're adorable though. They're really cute, and I wish that they had more love. Crazy enough, like, when they first came out and stuff, I was like, yeah, no, I'm not the most excited or, like, biggest fan of these dolls, but I don't know. Like, I've seen them in collections, and I just think, like, in collections with a bunch of them, they can look so good on display. Even the ones I have, like, I genuinely really like, and I think that they're adorable. And when I got the big ones, I was like, these are so fun and so cute, and I was, like, genuinely so excited to get them. And again, I've talked about it before, but one of the things that I've done as a collector is really taken a step back and tried to figure out what I like as a collector, not what other people like as a collector. So that I can look at dolls and be like, yeah, this is something that I like, not this is something that I feel like other people would like, so I must have it in my collection. Or you can't like that because other people don't like that. That's been a big step that I've been trying to focus on as a collector, is figuring out what I like. And then, yeah, just thoughts. I did a whole video on that, talking about it, so it's kind of, like, in my head. But I think we're getting close to the end, maybe. No? Okay, fine. Ballet dolls. These are cute. Very simple. They're reminding me of the Ever After High, but at least these ones already had the molded on, so it wasn't, like, a big hit. The shoes are cute, though. I feel like my Holly O'Hare doesn't. She just has her shoes already on her body, which is so upsetting. But they're cute. I really like the one in the middle with, like, the purpley skirt. I love her textured hair. I wish that we saw more hair, like, textured hair like that. I'm curious if it's better quality than the other dolls, though. That one's actually really cute. Yeah, what else? More dolls. The other thing that I was having trouble is like, they repeat characters a lot, and because they look so similar, I'm like, do I have you? But yeah, that was like a big thing. I was like, and I think that's also another reason, like when I'm out places, if I find one, I'm like, I think I have you, and then I'm like, no, I don't. Because sometimes they look so similar. Obviously, there's some that stand out, like that girl with the, is it an alpaca? I don't know what the animal that actually is. Really cute, really stands out. Versus some of them, like the fox girl or the bunny, they're like the same doll, just like slightly different. But I guess you could say that for other doll lines that repeat characters. A little skunk girl. She's adorable, by the way. Yeah, no, she's adorable. Who else? You are adorable as well. And I cannot see you, but that's okay. Let's continue to add dolls to my list. This is just 2 years of Enchantimals. I did not finish adding all of the Enchantimals to my wish list. You might think that I'm missing some. Like if you take a look at this one is a bigger size doll. I own the other two. But yeah, I'm gonna still add dolls. This is 2017 2018, and I think they went up all the way until maybe 2024. Did they end last year? I think there's 4 more. 2018, so 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. I feel like they went longer than that. Maybe it's 2023. Maybe, I don't know. Anyways, I still have to add a decent amount of more years to my list. If you're looking at them and you're like, there aren't some in there, like I said, I have some of them already. I have her technically, but she doesn't have her skirt, and I'd prefer to have them have as much clothing as they could. I do thrift these a lot, but I am pretty picky. I try to get them with shoes. I try to get them with their skirts, unless it's like her instance where I thrifted her for like $1 something at Goodwill for £1. So sometimes I find them like that. But for the most part, I try to be pretty picky with them. Like I did get those ones for a decent price, and in pretty good condition anyways. I'm thinking about excluding these from like the Enchantimals list, just because I don't think they really look like Enchantimals. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to put them on my list. I'm just going to move them and to put them in their own little separate category, especially because they're like really small and they're more figure-y. But as of right now, they're going to be here, so stay tuned for the next video when I continue to add more Enchantimals, and then I will finish up all of the E's so far, because it was just the Ella Superstar, Enchantimals, and Ever After High, which is already on my list, and then we can move on to F's, which is always nice. Again, I'm making it through my wish list of dolls that I want to add to my list, because I can, and hopefully one day I'll be able to thrift all of them or accumulate everyone. You know, we're being optimistic here. Anyways, I'm Actor. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for more of these videos. But yeah, bye!